Hi, everyone. I don't know why it just said unable to connect there and disconnected me, but we're here. It's just another Sunday evening live. I hope you're all well. As you can see, I have got my night cafe out today. Hi, Clara. Are we well? No more disturbances with the sink. Hello, Missy, and hello, Sharon. How are we all doing? Andy is with me tonight. He's busy tip-tapping away on his computer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of some stuff off my laptop. I'm trying to make some space.
Hi, Daphne. Missy, just put my stitching away and knitting on socks. Lovely. Could do with them here today. It's really cold. Clara, yes, doing super good. Hubby's fixed the garbage disposal. I helped him put in a new one. I hope he rewarded you with at least a nice a cup of tea or something like that. That's what we do over here.
The Americans drink tea, do they?
I don't know.
Not very often.
Not very often. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. I'm glad you can watch this live instead of watching later. Yeah, you can join in and chat with us. So it's our round off of a Sunday evening, of a round off of the week. Doing this on a Sunday evening.
It's become the norm now, hasn't it?
Yep. It absolutely has. I love it. Hi, Esther. Good morning. Mrs. Miggins, hello, everyone. Nicola and Andy. Hi, Mrs. Miggins. Hope you're doing okay. Jamie, hi. Just got back from Liverpool Christmas market. Was it any good? Did you get any bargains? I do like a Christmas market. They do seem a bit, though, samey wherever you go.
No, never been to Liverpool before. It might be all right.
No treat from hubby. We were just happy to get it done because we didn't want to have no sink for Thanksgiving. Oh, yes. And yes, for those of you who were celebrating Thanksgiving, did you have a good day? And are you full of Thanksgiving treats?
Turkey.
Mainly turkey, I suppose. And what else do they do on Thanksgiving in America? Is it pumpkin pie that they do on Thanksgiving?
I think it is, yeah. We don't have it over here, so
no.
we don't really know.
My knowledge of Thanksgiving comes from the telly. And I don't watch that very often.
It's one of those American things that happens, but the British don't really understand it. So it's a bit like us and bonfire night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, where are we?
Not the right place to park. No, it doesn't appear to be. Do you know, I'm going to turn that one, fasten that one off, I think. Okay. No, hello, Nicola and Andy. Hope you're all well. Winter's coming here in Western New York. gratefully just cold and not any snow yet. It's dropped quite a bit here over the last couple of days. I've been really cold. I haven't been able to get my feet warm at all these last couple of days. I have these massive thick socks on that, you know, the girls bought me them last year and my feet are still cold. So it bodes well, doesn't it? Hi, Nicola. Good Sunday for everyone. Haven't missed your lives, just had to watch later. Yeah. I know quite a few people have to watch later for one reason or another, Maria, but, you know, sometimes it's just nice, isn't it, to be able to come and sort of join in on the live chat.
It's the great thing about YouTube, though. Everything you watch can be watched later.
Can be watched later, yeah. Everything you view.
Everything you view.
Yeah, everything you make, everything you record.
It's not like watching the telly, but then again,
catch-up services, yeah.
Even though, even these days, the telly is like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Record programs. I remember the days when TV was just basically 2 channels.
Yeah.
And
no, you were never. You're not that old to remember 2 channels.
3 channels. Then.
No, 1981 Channel 4 came in.
Okay, then 4 channels. but
I think for
those who are abroad who don't know the TV in this country, basically we started with BBC One, and for a while that was the only channel that was actually on the telly, and then BBC Two came in, and then there was ITV, but it was called something different, wasn't it?
No, it's always ITV.
It was always been called ITV.
But there were regional versions of it. Like we had Yorkshire Television, and there was Thames Television, and Grampian and Border, which were all regional parts of ITV.
Those regional things still exist as well.
Yeah, for local news, but it used to be the entire channel.
And then Channel 4, as Nikki said, came in 1981.
I think it was 81.
And then Channel 5 came
in the late 90s because the Spice Girls did the launch.
Channel 5, that's a whole different ball game, that.
Yeah.
Because basically for the first year or so, it was difficult to actually get it, wasn't it? Do you remember? You used to turn it on and it used to just be snow.
Yeah, the kind of snow we don't mind. Right, let's have a look. Hello from snowy Nebraska. So it's snowing in Nebraska for Sarah at the moment. You know, it's actually probably slightly warmer. You know, I've known it to be slightly warmer when it snows. I think there's something to be said about the saying it being too cold to snow. Because when we were in Oslo, if you remember, Andy, it was snow on the ground and it wasn't particularly cold. No, but when we got down to Copenhagen and there was no snow, it was freezing.
It was, perishingly cold. Well, Copenhagen is on the same line of, I can never remember
latitude.
Is it latitude or longitude? Latitude as the north of Scotland. So you know how cold it is in Scotland. It's exactly the same in Denmark.
Right, so Jamie says the market is pretty good. Definitely recommend it. Didn't buy much, but had a look around the shops also. Was it busy though, Jamie? I know they have. I mean, there's a good train service over to Liverpool from here because it's just the Manchester train and stop on it. And we've actually been to Liverpool on the train, haven't we, love?
Yeah, we didn't actually stay there very long, did we?
No, we just had a quick walk through and then got on a boat. Okay. Mrs. Miggins, it's good to be here. Just what I need as we're feeling a bit low. I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. M. Let's hope we can cheer you up a little tonight, eh? You know, we've got a stitching hour and you can either join in or just sit and watch and listen, and that's absolutely fine. But, you know, have this hour just for yourself, you know, and, you know, join us in as much or as little as you feel. But, you know, if you're not alone. Okay, right. So turkey, ham, yams, pumpkin pie, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, and of course cranberry sauce. Clara, I'm coming next year. That sounds really, really good, except I don't think it'd do my diet any good. But heck, it's one day, it's one meal, isn't it? That's what we say in our slimming group. And they say if Yeah, have a good week. Be good. But if you can't be good, we'll sort it out next week. That's what they usually say. Okay, Sharon, hope you're okay, Mrs. Miggins. Yeah, me too. Making Daphne Chamberlain is making turkey stock from the turkey bones on batch number 2. Is that just a case of sort of boiling down the carcass, Daphne? I'm not entirely sure how you make stock from the bones. You just boil it down. Am I right? Am I on the right track? And sort of strain it, kind of thing. I'll be honest with you, it's not something I've ever done. What have I done here? Oh, I haven't marked a stitch off. That's what I haven't done. That's why I look silly. Okay. My feet are always cold, same as you. Yep. I've got a not terribly good circulation. And because I spend a lot of time sitting with my feet down, circulation's not sort of great, down to the bottom. It doesn't help that over this weekend I've done 10 hours of overtime the last couple of days. So I've been sort of sat at my desk as well, working. So, but I find that, walking around a little bit does sort of tend to warm them up a wee bit. The socks are helping. It's just took off again, Andy. Have a look on flight radar.
Okay.
We've got a helicopter buzzing about.
I might miss it, to be honest with you, because it's
no, it'll still show. It'll show going north.
Flight radar, add on.
Okay. Need to request the heated socks. Yeah, cold hands, cold feet, warm heart. Yep. That's what they say.
Flight radar's taking a while to load.
Okay, right. Hello, Sandy. I hope you're feeling better. Has your flu gone?
It's only showing planes, no helicopters.
All right. Okay. Must be flying too low for the radar.
It must have. Oh, either that or it's got no call sign.
No, they have to have a call sign.
Oh, hang on. I might have found it.
Oh, click on it and it'll show you its destination. Because it has to submit a flight plan.
It's the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. I was right.
Right. So if it's going north, it'll either be going to Leeds or Hull, I would have said.
It's currently...
Sorry about this. Just having a little discussion.
It's currently over Barbers Avenue.
Yes. Right. So that'll be where it's took off from then.
No, it won't have took off from there.
What, that big field?
No, because it was further away than that.
Oh, okay. Does it not, if you click on it, does it not show you where it come from?
No, it's it only shows you from the point you clicked on it. It's now
Sorry about this.
It's now turned north. It's heading parallel with Romarsh Hill.
Okay, just keep an eye on it and let me know while I go through it, because I've got lots of comments. So yeah, so I hope you're feeling better, Sandy, and the flu has disappeared. I keep getting text messages from my doctor, have a flu jab, and I'm like, no. No, I don't want the flu jab, because, a couple of people I know have had it and have been quite unwell after it. And I know that, the flu itself will make you even more unwell, but I don't fancy the risk, really, if I'm honest. Right. Jamie says it was very busy at the Christmas markets. Tina Tries Life. Hello, how are you? If I'm right, you are the lady that gave me a follow on Instagram earlier today. You also suffer cold feet and you're currently under a blanket on the sofa. What a good idea. I've got my hoodie on now. I've got my nice, moderately thick jersey pajamas and my hoodie to try and keep me warm. I've been known to sit and have a blanket around my shoulders and everything, And I've been known to sit and stitch with fingerless gloves on. Yeah, I look particularly daft with my fingerless gloves on. Okay. Sue, hello, how are you? Sue over in Canada. Is it cold where you are, Sue? And Sarah, it's not actually snowing now. It snowed all day yesterday, off and on and overnight. We got about an inch, but that's melting off. Oh, well, that's not so bad if it's melting off. Just as long as you don't get any more, eh? Because if that freezes and then you get snow on top of it, oof, not pleasant. Someone's got a little tiny thread there. Okay, gone. Okay, I'm sure I'll be fine. Sherry, hello. How are you? Gosh, it's nice to have so many of you in here and joining in the chat tonight. It really is. I'm going to struggle to keep up with the comments, I think. Jamie, has there been any Christmas markets in your area? Yeah, there's one in Sheffield, Jamie. And when I go in the office, because I go in the office 3 times a week, I have to pass through it. And the section where I have to pass through to go to the tram to get home is absolute torture, because it's the bit where they're making the heroes and they're doing the marshmallow toasting and the hot chocolate bar and the Yorkshire pudding wraps and all the rest of it. And yeah, it's torture. But I just keep my head down and keep walking because I'm determinedly sticking to this diet. Daphne, yes, you are. You can do it with chicken. Right, great. So I'm on the right track then. So basically, boil it down and sort of strain it through, and there you've got some stock. Great stuff. Because, you know, in the winter, I would like to start and make some soups, but, you know, of course, ideally you need a stock base, and I don't want to just buy a stock because they're full of all kinds of stuff and salt and so on. So I figure if I can use my my sort of leftover chicken carcass or whatever to make the stock, I think that'd be, you know, much better and much nicer and healthier for me too. Yeah, Sandy, I'm not bad. It's been another busy week. As I say, I've had a bit of overtime, so and just apart from the cold feet, more than anything, the cold feet are getting me. So okay, Sheila, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Esther, how do I keep my floss organised? So I have a master set, and they are all on plastic floss cards. So if I move this stitching just out of the way, I can show you my floss box. Just forgive me, it's a little messy at the moment because I haven't tidied it up for a bit. I'll show you my box of floss. Let me just put this thread on so that I don't lose my needle. Because the second I move my frame out, you can guarantee my needle will move. My needle will fly off. Right, okay. Let's just move that a little way. Okay. Right, so this is my box of floss. It looks a real mess, but all of these cards have DMC colours on them in number order. The lowest numbers at this end, the highest numbers at this end, and there's a big packet of black because I use a lot of black. So I've just been using 919 off this. So what I do is every time I need a thread, I can just literally pick using my needle. Grab another needle. Just using my needle, I can just literally pick one off and use the thread. And then once I've done with it, I can just slip knot it back onto the card, whether it be used for one strand or two. And when I'm doing this one, I get quite a lot of shorter strands of thread when I cut off, but I can still use them because I just use the shorter lengths on my 1/1 projects, like stitching shelf, for example, because it's max colour. I'm using, you know, over, you know, 250 colours in that. So, but yeah, that is my little stitchy box, and it just sits to the left of me, just on that side. And I've got this thing. This is actually a magnet. It'll stop me from losing my needles.
The air ambulance has gone back to base.
Yeah, it'll stop me from losing my needles. So this little magnet, what I do is I just use it to hold the place, because I take the thread card out and just use the magnet stick to hold the place where the thread card can go back in, so they stay in order, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's how I do it, because I didn't want bobbins. I've never been a fan of bobbins, but I did like the idea of these, because cardboard ones will tear unless you're really careful with them. But these plastic ones, you know, I've got a few spares. So if I wanted to kit something up to take it away, I can just put some stickers on, write the numbers on of the floss that I need, and then just pull the floss out of my collection. And I can, you know, I've instantly got a travel project. Or like if I get something on paper floss cards, I can just transfer it onto these. So, and these are much, much more sturdy. They, you know, they've got a little bend in them, but they don't break. You know, like plastic paper ones. How often have you pulled the thread off and it's literally pulled the whole thing? And this came from Amazon. The magnet part is in sort of the big top here. It's like I think it's supposed to be a tulip, and the brand is Dritz. So there we go. Right, so there we are. Right, back to stitches. Let's bring it back in. Hope you found that useful. That's what I do. That's the way I do it. It might not suit everybody, but it certainly suits me. I don't have floss straps or anything like that either. So okay. So Sue, I'm good, thank you. It's 2 degrees centigrade today, but we're expecting record lows in a few days. Oh heck. Tina tries life. I worked in my fingerless gloves at the office last year when the heating went out. Not yet tried stitching in them. It's funny you should say that. I worked in mine in my office when the heating was on, because my hands were really cold that day. And I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm working, I have one warm hand and one cold hand. It's really strange. There just doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it, but one of them things, I suppose. Just my internal heating system being whacked out, as it were. Oh, I like that. Thank you. No problem, Esther. No problem. I got the cards, the plastic cards from Amazon. I think they're about, I think it was 20 in a pack or something like that. I think about 10 or 12 Great Britain pounds. So to get enough to do the whole box, it did cost a little bit of outlay, but I figure that I'll recoup that over time, because I won't have to be buying card or anything like that, or bobbins or floss bags or whatever. It's a great way to organise your floss. Think that would be, oh, I've got that's it. Think that would be for me. Yeah. I did have it just for the stitching shelf. I put on all the colours for the stitching shelf, but then I thought to myself, well, why not just do it for all of them? For all of my DMC floss, because it just makes sense. I mean, I've still got Envy and Maui Princess and Realm of Middle-earth kitted up separately, and of course my Gecko Rouge kits, which don't have DMC numbers anyway. But yeah, I just figured it made sense to do it like that. And to be fair, even if I did sort of go away and, you know, we were staying in a hotel or caravan or whatever for a week, I could just take the box with me. How do you decide whether to stitch a project cross-country or diagonal stitching with parking? I can see you've worked both. No real science to it, Norma. It's just really what I feel like when I look at the piece. It's almost like the piece itself tells me how it wants to be stitched. This one I'm doing block by block on the diagonal because it's such a big piece. And each little block will give me that progress. But, you know, going from the top down on stitching shelves made sense because you've got the spring shelf, then the summer shelf, then the autumn shelf, and so on. But no real rhyme or reason. It just it's like I said, it's almost like the piece just tells me how it wants to be stitched. A bit like going into a certain shop and it tells you what to buy, eh? Oh. So while I've got a good number of you in, if you've seen my stitch with me, and I know one or two of you have, I was talking about these live sessions. Now, don't worry, I have no plans to stop doing the lives. That's the first thing. But I was thinking about Christmas and New Year, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve both fall on a Sunday. Now, if there's no legwork in doing a live, I won't do one. But do let me know if I was to do a live, whether or not you would potentially be around for it. Because like I said, I don't just want to set it up and then sit here and it, you know, be a fruitless exercise kind of thing. And the other thing that I also talked about was these Stitch With Me now have now sort of naturally gotten to an hour and a half, which is lovely. It's a perfect time. But, you know, it's a Sunday night and I'm an old woman. I don't want to be late in bed, she says. So the other thing that I was thinking, if in the new year, so starting from the first Sunday in January, I propose to move my live stream start time from 8 o'clock, just half an hour earlier, to 7:30, which means we'd be done by sort of 9-ish, which would mean that, you know, old lady here can get in bed, you know, ready to start the next week. To be fair, it's not just that. I do a few things after I finish the live. I set up my next day projects. I do a couple of bits and pieces around the house that I need to do, and, you know, maybe sort of get things organised for myself for the following day, sort out my tracking, set up for, you know, recording following morning, that sort of thing. So if there's not really sort of any interest in doing a live, I won't do one, and we'll just sort of keep it until New Year. But let me know your thoughts, and also about a slightly earlier start time, because majority rules. I very much work on the majority rules sort of, you know, thing. So I mean, obviously if you watch it on replay, it's you know, not going to make an awful lot of difference, but for those of you that regularly come and participate actually in the stream itself, you know, your thoughts and input excuse me, is very important. I can't do it at 7 o'clock because Lauren expects a phone call at 7 o'clock from her dad. and you know, she needs to be allowed her privacy for that, because he calls at 7 o'clock. And I can't change it at Christmas and New Year to the Saturday because we have some little guests over that weekend, so I won't have any opportunity to do a live. Except for New Year's weekend, because they're not here New Year's weekend, are they?
No.
So the New Year's weekend, I might be able to do it on the Saturday, but the Christmas weekend, I won't. So Missy can't be there for Christmas or New Year. That's fine. Clara starting earlier is fine. Sarah probably be there if you have them, but I have to ask who told you you're old. I told me I'm old. You know, 20 years ago, I would have been there in a nightclub, getting home at 3 o'clock and going into work at 6 with my wristband still on, but now forget it. Pipe and slippers for me. I prefer, I'm definitely a homebody. You think about starting a movie after 8 o'clock, forget it. New time is fine with me, and it has to be fun for you to do as well. Yeah, agree. Earlier is good. I'll be here Christmas and New Year. All sounds great. Earlier start would be great. So how do we feel about then doing a Christmas Eve live, but then New Year, instead of it being New Year's Eve, which is the Sunday, having it on the early in January with the new start time of 7:30. Does that suit, do we think? What have I done with this thread? There we go. All is fine for me earlier and Christmas. We'll be there early time. So the earlier start is obviously very good. I never know if I can make it or not, being so close to the time I make supper. If I can and you're here, I will be here. Starting 7:30 gives me an extra 30 minutes to try and come. Brilliant. Right, so that's what we'll do then. So for the next couple of weeks, we will be absolutely fine. Christmas week, it will be this Sunday night, Christmas Eve. And then New Year week, it will be the Saturday night. But we will be able to get an earlier start then, probably 7 o'clock on New Year. What do you think, Andy?
I reckon that sounds good.
And then following Sunday in early January will be at 7:30 starts all round. Linda sounds awesome. Great stuff. Sharon, 7:30 is great for me. Unfortunately, I won't be able to join Christmas and New Year. If I had a choice, I'd rather join you live. I'll take that as a massive compliment, Sharon. I have no idea what you're doing, but if you'd rather be on a live stream with little old me, my imagination's running wild. So there we go. What I'll do is I'll put a post out on my community tab as well, just to remind everybody of what I'm doing. And then, we're on the same page. Crikey, as we get towards silly season. I have got a busy week this week coming up. I'm in the office again 3 days. Overtime is still on. And I have an extra video to film because my prize arrived. My bet winning kit has arrived from Gecko Rouge. So I shall be sharing an unboxing with you all just as soon as I've been able to film it. It came on Thursday. I was busy Friday, so I couldn't film an unboxing. Excuse me. Weekend we've had little visitors. So yeah, I shall have to do an unboxing for you. But oh my gosh, I'm just blown away by it. It's lovely. I think even you were, weren't you, love?
Yeah.
And as per your suggestions, Clara, I shall be looking at doing a Gecko Rouge sort of kit parade. But what I should do is an end of year whip parade and tack them all onto that as well. So I need to be doing that in the next couple of weeks too. I would love to have your company at New Year's, as I'll be one alone. It would be on the Saturday though, Mrs. M. Sorry, I have to run. A few things to do before starting supper. Take care, everyone. Hope everyone stays warm and healthy. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for joining. And, do take care and go and enjoy your supper. Tighten this stand up. Keep moving. Clara, I can't wait to see what artist you chose for your Gecko Rouge kit. Yeah, it's still a secret until I do the unboxing. I mean, I suppose I could let you all have a sneak preview, but it would just be a box. Because I haven't even opened the box. Hi, Joe, how are you? Looking good. Can't wait to see that unboxing. Yeah. That unboxing is, you know what, it's going to be the sweetest unboxing. It really is, because I won. Nothing exciting for Christmas. Family stuff with people I'd rather not be with. Oh, that's not good. But you smile and grit your teeth, as it's only once a year. New Year, I'm away. So that is always lovely as we're at the coast. Oh, that sounds... New Year sounds great, Sharon. I like the coast, so I think I'll be a bit cold though. Okay, yeah, Joe, I am going to be very busy. And yes, I am an awful tease, Sharon. I'm really sorry. The suspense, yeah, indeed. Becca, hello. Hope you don't mind me asking. Of course not. Do you have any tips on getting your fabric in a hoop? I'm new to stitching, and when I tried with my square hoop, it made a large gap in the threads of the fabric. If you've got a large gap in the threads of your fabric, then your hoop was not loose enough to actually, put it over the threads, over the fabric. I think a lot of people tend to make the mistake to try and get the fabric taut to not open the screw fastening on the hoop enough in the beginning. I mean, we talked last week about wrapping your hoop, and wrapping the inner part of your hoop always helps as well. So wrapping it in some calico or some linen or something like that. Just grabbing a hoop. Right, so making sure that this part is loose enough so that there's plenty of gap. Wrapping the inner hoop with some fabric. And even if when you've put your hoop on and your fabric's in, it feels a little bit loose, just very gently, if you just pull the sides, just very gently, it should tighten it up. But all being well, then you shouldn't get the threads separating. I know exactly what you mean. Like, this is an even weave fabric and it starts to look like a linen because you'd have like big gaps and, bigger space between, the warp or the weft. but yeah, I think, you know, you might have a look online about wrapping your hoop, and you know, have also, you know, just and are you using the best quality fabric that you can? Because the Zweigart fabrics tend to hold their weave quite well, but some of the cheaper fabrics, like here in the UK, there's a discount shop called Home Bargains, and sometimes your fabric from there can, you know, fray or damage if it's held too taut in a hoop. But to be fair, you don't always have to be drum tight. I mean, this is by no means drum tight. Look, you can see the movement in it. You know, the idea obviously is it's for to hold the fabric, but it shouldn't be damaging it. And if it's damaging it, then the other thing as well, if you're using a wooden hoop, just check around the inner of the hoop. Just make sure that there's no burrs, there's no whatchamacallit, splinters, no anything like that that could potentially damage your fabric. Hope that helps for you, Becca. Beg your pardon. Naughty me. Okay. You can always do as well, just if you drop me an email with a picture of it, I'll have a look and see if I can work out what's causing it. So my email address I'll pop in the description box when I've ended this stream. You and Andy need to make another bet. One you know you can win. Yeah, I think his wallet would probably cry. There was a meme on somewhere on Facebook or maybe on Instagram, and it was a cash machine with a defibrillator point next to it, because here in the UK we've got defibrillator points knocking around all over the country. And Hannah sent this meme to me and said, "That's you'll need that defibrillator in the cash machine, then the defibrillator after shopping with Lauren," who is in the chat. Hi, Lauren. So, but yeah, I think Andy's wallet might need resuscitation if I win another bet. Am I right, dear?
I reckon.
These gecko chips, blah, 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 blah. These gecko kits are not cheap, but they are so worth it. Okay. Any day is great for me. Fantastic, Mrs. Miggins. It's a pity you weren't closer, because you know nobody should be on their own at Christmas time, and you know, if you were a bit closer, we could have, you know, spent some time together. Mind you do live by the sea.
What?
I was just pondering. Mrs. Miggins lives near or by the sea. I love the sea. All right, that's my first 100 done. Anyway, okay, and I managed to not lose my place, which is good. Oh, that's a high one. Let's take this thread end out. What are you doing with scissors? Over here. How many of you are wincing because I'm snipping that end so close to connected stitches? Oh dear. Right. Okay. Sheila, I might be late for the Christmas Eve live because my dialysis has been moved back a day. And likewise, if you move New Year, I might not make it, but I'll catch up. Health comes first, Sheila. And you know, absolutely, I get that. So, you know, make sure that you are looking after number one. And, you know, I mean, you've been in my thoughts actually about that, because, you know, I do hope that, you know, you do get on the list, or you get a transplant very soon. Becca, thank you so much. I think I wasn't opening the screw up enough yet, pulling the fabric too hard. Common mistake, or common error, should I say. But, you know, it's something you do get a feel for the more stitching you do. So that should encourage you just to keep stitching and start new projects, and, you know, be like us and have 500,000 projects on the go at once. You know, I've got 10. So, yeah. Joe, you were holding your breath. Yeah. I'm very fortunate because these scissors that Andy got me, these are my wedding anniversary gift. The very end is still very sharp, so I can go quite close in. And I like to live on the edge. What say you, Andy?
I reckon.
So, I've been asked a couple of comments, which I'll just bring up in here. One was about my Lowry stand and the stitching shelf. The stitching shelf is too big. The frame is too big to go on my Lowry stand. So I just really have it on my knee and across the arm of the chair. And I've got a little table that's in front of me, and it sort of balances on that. It's not ideal, but, you know, it works. I'll not be long, and I will be rolling the fabric up on that, because it's not very comfortable to, it's getting to not very comfortable to stitch. The stitch design is coming a little bit, you know, far down now. So really, I do need to be scrolling the fabric up on the frame a little bit, I think. Do that, I think, probably next time I get it out. So the spring shelf may partially disappear. I'd like to think it won't, though, because I think it'd be nice to see it all before it does disappear under the scroll bars. There we go. There you go. You see, Becca, you're not alone. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure that, you know, you'll get to grips. You will be fine, and if not, just blame me. It's fine. So I had a Sunday dinner today, but we didn't have our normal roast dinner, given that it's Christmas on the way. I want people to look forward to their Christmas roast. I'm cruel. So today we had a jacket potato with some minced beef and vegetables, and it was quite nice, weren't it, Andy?
It was.
And my stepdad said, this is a nice change. I'm like, great, I'll do that again. And then everybody else had cake for pudding, but I didn't, because I was a good girl. I only lost another £1 this week, but hey, that's fine. I will take that. A loss is a loss. 3 stone 2 overall in, I think it's 14, maybe 15 weeks. I'm happy with that. So I tend to have I've got a pattern. 3 good weeks of loss, 1 week that's not so good. 3 good weeks of loss, 1 week that's not so good. It happens. I know why. But, you know, as long as I keep losing, I don't mind being in that pattern. And somebody asked about my haircut. If I was keeping it this short, I think it was Sharon Marie. I've already booked in to have it done again. The hairdresser made me before I left the salon, because she knows what I'm like. I'll have it cut and then I'll leave it 18 months before I go back. So I am actually booked in for the 23rd of December. And I shall have the old hair tinkered just in time for Christmas, which will be nice. It's like I've always said, I don't drink, I don't smoke. The bin goes out more than I do. So a haircut and my nails done, that's my thing. These are probably going to be done either next week or the week after. Haven't decided yet. Depends on when Hannah wants to have hers done. You all right, dear?
Yes.
What's the matter?
My hands are getting tired.
All right, okay. Andy's done too much typing.
I'm writing the blurbs. I'm writing 3 blurbs.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work today, haven't you, dear?
Yeah.
Right. Bless you, Nicola did wish we did live closer. Yeah. Sandy, well done, thank you. And Sharon, well done on the weight loss. Yeah. And Joe, yeah, amazing amount in 14 weeks. Yeah. You see, Andy said to me a few weeks ago, he says, I'm really, really proud of, how well that you've done with this weight loss. And I says, right. The thing is this, I'm 2 things. I'm a Yorkshire lass and I'm stubborn. The Yorkshire in me means that, the Yorkshire in me means something very different to being stubborn. So being stubborn means that, for me, is that I know what I've got to do and I'm going to bloody well do it. And there's going to be no 2 ways about it. I'm going to get on and I'm going to lose this weight because it's been like a millstone around my neck for long enough. And the Yorkshire in me says, crikey, lass, you're paying £5.95 a week to go and get weighed. The quicker that you can get to your goal and give up with that malarkey, the better. Because as Yorkshire folk, we don't like spending if we can help it. So, yeah, because I'm Yorkshire and I'm stubborn. It's a recipe for success for me. If I can go and pay me £5.95 every week and see a loss, I'll be happy. But the first day that I go and there isn't a loss, I'll get right mad at myself. I'll get proper cross at myself because I paid £5.95 for me to be told to try harder next week. What do you think?
I reckon.
So, and I've already even got a plan in mind for Christmas. Because whilst I won't stay completely on plan, I will stay largely on plan. And, it's 1, maybe 2 days a year. Who's that going to hurt? Christmas Day, I think there was some, I've done that one the wrong way. I think there was a study about Christmas, and what it said was something along the lines of, on Christmas Day, the average calorie count is about 2,000, isn't it, for an adult male, something like that. They reckon that people eat upwards of 6,000 calories on Christmas Day, which is a heck of a lot. I mean, you've got to be going from dawn to dusk to eat 6,000 calories. I don't eat much in the way of chocolate or anything like that. I don't know if I'm going to manage 6,000 calories of tomatoes. Do you? I eat a lot of tomatoes. A heck of a lot of tomatoes, but I love them. And if it's going to help me lose and shift this weight, I'm going to keep eating them. I've got into the habit of taking, my food into the office, so I'm not having to, go into a supermarket or whatever and buy my food, because then I can control what I eat. So I take in some cucumber and tomatoes, of course, and some kind of protein. So it might be chicken, it might be ham, it might be cottage cheese. And I take fruit and yogurt in for breakfast, and I have that at my desk. And I don't go to the canteen, to the cafeteria or anything. I stay on my floor because then I'm not tempted. That's the thing. I mean, when you're amongst, your colleagues and that, it's very easy to get tempted, and I refuse to let myself get tempted. It's the Yorkshire in me again, because I'm not paying for it because I've fetched it from home. Oh. There we go. You still struggling, dear?
Nearly there.
I think it's amazing you can stitch one row at a time. I'm a cross-country girl, tried parking, and it's not for me. It's only on this one that I stitch it row by row like this, Missy, and it's because of the tent stitch, because I know if I went rogue like I do on my others, where I'm not sticking to a particular square or column or anything, I'd get lost. I would absolutely get lost, because tent stitch is not. This is the only project that I've done completely in tent stitch ever. So there's a lot of part threads though. But to be fair, I don't really mind that. It's it saves me, faffing around in the thread box trying to find the next colour because they're already there. And Needle Ninja's really good at this method that I'm using. It's her who I sort of got it from, except she doesn't stitch really in the 10 by 10 block. She'll stitch with a bit more of a free edge, if you like. She doesn't sort of stick within the boundaries. She'll stitch wherever she feels comfortable sort of doing it. But for me, it has to be a bit more organized on this one. It has to be 10 by 10s, otherwise I will get lost. And I get so used to threading my needle, but the amount of times I try and thread it through the point end, it's ridiculous. When I do tent stitching, I do it slanting the way in my last leg of my full cross, and then I can go cross country. Now, you see, I do it the first leg of my full cross because it just seems wrong to do it the last leg for me. Horses for courses, though. I mean, there's no right or wrong way, is there? It's really what's comfortable for you, and for me, it has to be the first half. I was quite surprised that I didn't find myself the first sort of couple of times, sessions of doing this. I didn't find myself going back to other full cross projects and doing it wrong. What's the matter?
Because I couldn't type the word in. I've got fat fingers.
Yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying now.
I've forgotten what you were saying at all. Can you rewind it?
No.
No. Hang on, I can. I can. Just a minute.
It don't matter. No matter. We're just having a nice little chit chat.
I mean, your viewers might tell you, but I might be able to find out for you. If I just go back a little.
It's
bit.
only because you distracted me.
Sorry. Sorry. Mean to.
All right. I'll let you off. So this is a perfect example, this thread, because I've literally got this one ninja stitch to do. So I'll fasten it off and then I'll put it back on my thread card and I'll be able to use it for my 1/1 projects. Or use half of this again, because you can see it's quite a long length still. Double it over, you know, take one of the strands and double it over and do another loop start. Handy, isn't it? A little bit of, oh, excuse me, a little bit of confetti in this square, believe it or not, even though it just all looks like pink, a pink splotch. Yeah. And of course, the advantage of just doing the 10 by 10 block this time instead of the 20 by 20 is means that I can actually park at the side as well as underneath. So that one will be parked at the side for a couple of stitches in that square. Triple 7. Okay. Hi, Linda. How are you?
You were saying you found it surprising you didn't go back to other projects, full cross projects.
To make a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I were, yeah.
Just went back and found that for you.
Oh, thank you. You did distract me.
Usually I distract you in a good way.
You always distract me in a good way.
Jury's out.
Oh. Just took a thread off my thread card and I've got one part there, but it's not marked on my pattern keeper. And I didn't look like a numpty. I'm good, thank you, Linda. Been a busy week. Got another busy week to come, and I think it'll be that way for the towards the end of the year. Seems to be a busy month. Oh, it's going to shape up to be a busy month. Right. Definitely park it that time. And I've been saying that my Gecko Rouge kit, my prize has arrived. So I'm going to do an unboxing of that. All being well, I'll do it this week. And I've been teasing everybody and telling them I'll show them what it is, but only the grey box. The grey box with the red ribbon. I'm waiting on my hoop stand in the post. Thank you for your help on it. It's a tabletop one. Oh, lovely. So let us know how it works. You know, for me now being a two-handed stitcher, you know, it's very difficult when I go in the office, and of course I don't have any sort of stand with me. So I kind of sit with Mary Princess sort of on my knee and on the edge of a table, and kind of stitch away, which is so I can still stitch two-handed to a degree. Doesn't always work, but you know, but Mary Princess is still getting her, you know, I think, you know, really the office days, she's going to be my project for office days. Try and get at least 1,000 stitches in on a, you know, during those 3, you know, well, 500-ish stitches. But I think if I'm going to just work on her on office days, including when I get home, you know, getting in 1,000 stitches a week on her, it's going to be progress, isn't it? Anybody going to get any stitching goodies for Christmas? I know that I have something stitchy because one of my kids has told me so. I have no idea what. So I just know that it will be something stitchy. And have any of you participated in any of the Black Friday sales, and did you grab a bargain? You know, some of the cross-stitching retailers didn't have one, and I saw it was very interesting from Sarah Payne of Payne Free Crafts. She's like, well, there isn't a Black Friday sale with us because we try and keep our prices sort of, you know, competitive all year round, which, you know, I think is a good thing, because let's be fair, if you can sell it at one price on Black Friday and still make a profit, why can't it be like that all year round? Especially seeing as, I mean, it's everywhere at the moment, it's cost of living, isn't it? We are all struggling. And, you know, don't necessarily have the income or the disposable income to spend on this hobby. I've been looking at the Dubco floor stands. They're beautiful. I said to my hubby, that's my extra wish, but it's a bit pricey. $1,500. Blimey, missy, that is a lot. I'm more than happy with my Lowry, I'll be quite honest. But, you know, I understand that I've seen, you know, setups with Omanic frames and Necessaire stands and needle needs and Omanics and all the rest of it. And, you know, for me, I'm just happy with this. It ticks every box for me. The one particular box it does tick is space, because I don't have a lot. I apologise. The stitching keeps creeping forward. And what was the other ones? The Patoki stands. They're quite expensive as well, aren't they? Patoki ones. Or Patoki. I think those are the ones that are handmade to order or something. I think Teresa Little Stitch has got one, and I'm pretty sure that Karen has Needlebug. They look beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'll be treating myself to all the beads I need for the chatelaine I'm starting February for the Leetlia Sal on Facebook. Oh, that sounds lovely. Which chatelaine are you doing? I haven't done a chatelaine.
What's a chatelaine?
It's like a kaleidoscope, but it's 4 sides. You know,
Oh.
like a kaleidoscope can be like 8 or 16 or 32 or whatever. Chatelaine is like just repeated on 4. They're beautiful, and they can be very expensive. So think yourself lucky I didn't ask for one of them to win the bet.
Well, how expensive are we talking?
Oh, we are talking, you know, at least a 3-figure sum, and potentially, you know, high, you know, fairly high numbers. I've seen some that are quite dear.
Yes, I'm glad you didn't pick one of them. Just so you know, I wouldn't have stopped.
No, I know.
Because I'm a nice husband like that.
Yeah. Yes, it's like a furniture, but I like to stand I have now. Who wins the lottery knows what to buy. Yeah. Andy, I got lucky to buffering.
Oh.
Oh, that's it. It's back again now. Needlebug sold hers. She couldn't get on with them. Yeah, I thought I'd seen it. I'm in the cross-stitch stands and frames group on Facebook. By the way, if any of you have got Facebook, you can always add me on there. Andy will type my name as it appears on Facebook in the box, if he would be so kind.
I'm not on YouTube at the minute.
Well, can you nip on and do so? Because you know, and do feel free to add me. And if you can't, just let me know, send me a message or whatever. And you know, we can all sort of share stitchy things, can't we? And same on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. Did you use the L on there?
What?
Did you put Nicola L. Smith?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
That's how slow my laptop is.
Sorry. Okay. Butterfly mandala. I slowly collected the special threads over this year. Oh yes, because it's all special threads and special beads and charms and what have you, isn't it, for them? But yeah, I think Andy's wallet would definitely have been crying if I'd have said I wanted a chatelaine.
Chatelaine. Sounds posh.
Maybe in the next couple of years, eh?
All right, there you go.
Thank you. Yeah, so add me on Facebook if you want that. Use that name that Andy has put in the comments, or search for that name, because there's a few Nicholas Smiths around in the world.
Well,
so
Nicola's a popular first name, and Smith is
definitely a popular
one of
surname.
the most popular surnames ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, if you have Facebook and I'm not on your friend list, go find me. Nothing wrong with us Smiths, Tina. We are going to take over the world. I'm quite happy to be a Smith.
You stuck with it now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, love. That's what you get for marrying me.
Well, there are worse prizes to have.
Are there?
Yeah.
What, like what?
I could be still married to my ex-husband.
Did they hear that?
I don't know. I was just saying I could still be in the first marriage. Yeah.
No, you don't. You really do not want to be in your first marriage. I'm sorry, you don't.
No, very happy. I'm very happy with this one.
I'm not all that.
You are all that in a bag of chips.
I like chips.
Don't talk about chips anymore, now. You'll make me hungry.
Well, you do. I haven't had any tea, have I?
I mean, yeah.
Well, no, because we don't have tea on a Sunday now, do we?
Are you not hungry?
I am, actually. But God knows what I can eat.
Why don't you have one of your little pizzas?
Too late for that, isn't it?
No. Not take long.
I'm not sure if the oven's clean.
It should be fine. It's only had baked potatoes in it. Sorry, we're having a little conversation again, aren't we?
Oh, that's it. That's the last 3 blurbs done of the
I'm a
year.
Jensen in Denmark. Oh, yeah, that's on it. It's like a Smith. So the Jensen name is like Smith in Denmark.
Yes. I think if it's Denmark, it would be Jensen, wouldn't it? It's spelled with the E, isn't it? Jensen. Jensen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said Jensen because I'm a northern bird and I'm common as muck. Why is that looking? Or is it just my... Oh, it's my quality. I watched sort of this on replay on my computer as I'm broadcasting, as it were. I'm a broadcaster, Andy. And it was like really, really blurry and stuff. Yeah, and I discovered I was at 1.144.
You are a broadcaster. You're doing a live. That's a broadcaster.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now we'll find this little pizza then if I'm doing one.
Yeah, we'll get you a little pizza. That's Andy sent off for some tea. Well, because we tend to have our Sunday main meal at sort of 1 o'clock. You know, very often. I mean, I don't really have anything after, so. But he'll be hungry. Ugh. You hear him crashing about in the kitchen in a minute. It's quite nice to have jacket potatoes for a change today. We don't have them very often. And, you know, it's one of them things that we don't have often, and we keep saying, oh, we should have this more often. We don't.
I'm cold again.
I'll put your hoodie on then.
I'm going to.
It is definitely not warm today.
It is very cold. How many people you got now, Nikki?
Oh, I don't know. 32.
32. Pretty good, actually.
It is good. It got up to 38 earlier on. It still astonishes me that so many of you want to come in and listen to me waffle on for an hour and a half. It's lovely. I really, really enjoy it. Jacket potato, what is that? So it's a potato that is just literally baked in its skin.
It's called jacket it's literally because it's in its skin.
Because it's in its
If you peel a potato, then it no longer has its jacket on.
Yeah. So instead of peeling it, we just put it, you know, just pierce it, put it into the oven, and just allow it to bake in its skin. So when you open it up, you could, you know, add butter or cheese or, you know, whatever it is that you want.
And of course you can eat the skin.
Yeah, because it's full of fibre. It's the best part of the potato. Yeah, it's just like a nice sort of a different way of
cooking.
Cooking, yeah. Because not everybody wants chips, not everybody wants mashed potato, not everybody wants, you know, waffles or croquettes or hash browns or whatever. But yeah. It's good waffle. Yeah, Clara calls it, they call it baked potato in the USA. Yeah, but yeah, we always sort of know it here as a jacket potato. It tends to be an autumn, winter thing. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember quite a lot. A few weeks ago, we had bonfire night, and it was, you know, almost like a tradition in our house to have jacket potato or baked potato on bonfire night. So, yeah, jacket cottage cheese is one of my favourites for lunch at the office. Yeah. And have you ever had a jacket sweet potato, Tina? Because that, I just love it. Jacket sweet potato is, oh, it's lovely. And it's one of the things I can have because I'm on the diet will allow it. You know, as many jacket potatoes as I want, cheese within my allowance, but don't add any butter, which is fine by me. Here it's usually steak and baked potato with a side salad and yeast rolls. Yeah.
Where's here?
It's Clara in USA. Yeah. To be fair, if I go out for a meal now, I normally have a steak with a baked potato and a side salad. Don't I?
Yes, love.
Have tried sweet potato and they are good, but they don't often add them in at home. Yeah. I've even converted Lauren, I think, to sweet potato. Lauren quite liked sweet potato, didn't she?
Sweet potato is good, man.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's not terribly good as a, you know, like a topping for such as cottage pie or something. But it's good on its own. So Clara puts butter, cheese, bacon pieces and sour cream. That sounds lush. Absolutely delicious. Sadly, well, I can't have the butter. I could have the cheese. I could have the bacon as long as I take all the fat off before I cook it. Sour cream, I could swap that for a creme fraiche or something, couldn't I?
Good.
I'm getting hungry now.
My fault, sorry.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about potatoes anyway. Lots of restaurants make sweet potato fries. Yeah. Not so popular here in restaurants. I've not seen many ones that offer them. I mean, we do have a couple of American chain restaurants that will offer them. But as a general rule, it's, you know, they're not a menu staple here, which is a real shame because they are such a lovely food. Oh, Andy's running off into the kitchen for his pizza. Is it done?
No, it's just the beeping.
Oh, is it just beeping?
Sorting out some stuff for this week's travels.
Oh, yeah, where are you off to this week?
Manchester.
Oh, lovely. Sorted.
Yes, first time I've touched Manchester on the channel.
Oh. Happy Mondays, land. Okay.
Well, name your band. Plenty of them.
Well, me and Lauren Wright enjoyed it when we went the other week.
Anyone from Manchester in?
Don't think so. I could be wrong though. You never know.
No. It's all gone quiet.
It has all gone quiet. Yeah, right. Some stitching, some knitting. There's socks being made. Right, Andy, on your channel, have you done any films in Essex yet?
Yes. Yes,
so which ones have you done?
Okay, so I've only done 6 episodes in Essex so far, so not many.
Have you got a link to the playlist at all?
I can do one in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, just pop a link to the playlist in my chat.
It'd be 3 playlists, but so basically, in Essex, I've done 3 in Uttlesford, which are Elsenham, Henham, and Chickney. I've done the one and only in Castle Point, which is Canby Island. I've done 1 in Rochford, which is Great Wakering, and I've also done the only one in Southend, which is Leigh-on-Sea.
I'm pretty sure I've asked you this before, Sharon. Whereabouts in Essex are you? Because it may surprise you to learn I used to live many years ago, and we're talking about 30 years ago, in South Woodham Ferrers. But I'm pretty sure I told you that before. And if I'm right, you live just outside of Chelmsford.
Well, South Woodham Ferrers is just outside.
No. I mean, like just outside, like in. That's it, Springfield. That's it. I knew I'd asked you.
Yes, I will find the 3 playlists for you.
Yeah.
Uttlesford.
And you'll pop some links in the chat for you, Sharon.
I will. Just give me 1 second, I will.
Somebody's having fireworks.
Again?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know why. Let's find the Uttlesford.
She says thank you.
Hang on. Right, okay. This first one is the Uttlesford one. This is the one with Elsenham, Henham, and Chickney.
You have to speak up a little bit because don't forget you're far away from my phone.
Yeah.
So that's the Uttlesford one.
Yeah. I'm just going to get the Castle Point, which is the one with Canby Island. Very interesting place, Canby Island. Oops.
I said put the link in.
So Rochford, which is there's 14 in Rochford. I've only done 1 up to now. That's Great Wakering.
You know how Rochford? I always have. It's going to sound really daft, but you know how I used to work at Liverpool Street in London.
Yeah.
When you say Rochford, I always think about, and it sounds silly, the announcer at Liverpool Street Station.
Why?
Because the trains from Liverpool Street used to go to Southend, Victoria, and one of the last stations was Rochford.
Oh yeah.
And and I can just hear the announcer in my head.
Right, you should have 4 playlists there. You've got Uttlesford, which has got 3 in it. Castle Point, which has just got the 1. Rochford, which has just got the 1, and Southend, which has just got the 1. Up to now, because obviously 2 of them only have 1 each in them. Rochford still has 13 to go to. Uttlesford still has 57 to go to. So there's quite a bit in those, but yeah, there's 6 for you there in Essex. I really do need to go back to Essex at some point.
One of my favourite ever places in Essex was Finchingfield.
Spelled with a Y, isn't it? Not F-I-N-C-H.
No, F-I-N. Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Finchingfield.
It had a windmill in it with its sails.
I think I may know the mill you're talking about.
Yeah.
Finchingfield. I'll see if I'm right. It's near Braintree, right?
It's up at the top of the counter.
There's Finch. Yeah, nice place. Let's see. Finchingfield Post Mill. I've got it. It's here.
There you go.
Hang on. Let me get Street View on the case.
Yes, near Braintree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, can't really
I
see
always
it.
used to get Braintree mixed up with the other place that begins with B.
Basildon.
Basildon.
Yeah, there it is. I've got it. There's the mill. Behind some nice thatched cottages.
And lots of pink houses.
Yeah, there's a couple of big ones here.
There's quite a lot of pink houses in Essex.
That's quite nice, actually.
It is nice. I remember going there once and spending the day there for my birthday. Oh.
I think I'm going to have to do this eventually. At some
Mhm.
point, aren't I? Let me have a look at the boundaries. See if there's anything else within it.
Well, while you do that, I am going to be ending this stream here because we have been going for an hour and a half. And I have done 235 stitches. So 2 full and 1 partial block. And yeah, another lovely live. And it's wonderful to do these and have you all participate. I think we all get a chance to chat. We all learn something and it's just absolutely super. And I have no plans. No plans to finish or to stop in any way, shape or form doing these lives. But yeah, if if you've got comments, pop them down below. I love it. And do keep commenting, keep coming back. Watch out on the community tab this week because I'll put up the post about the lives over Christmas and New Year. Tomorrow, and I will be filming, getting ready for Floss Tube Tuesday, Stitch With Me Wednesday, Stitch With Me Friday, and then there will be an unboxing as well.
And
so,
a partridge
in a pear tree.
It's the right time of year.
It's been absolutely super. And I've just had a lovely message from Catherine, who is watching. She's watching me on a tablet while she stitch. She can't comment, but she's in there in spirit. She loves the company and watching my progress. Catherine, that is absolutely superb. Thank you very much for your lovely message. But yeah, don't forget, if you're on Facebook, do, and you're not friends with me, do add me, find me on there. And if you can't add me for whatever reason, just give me a shout and I'll tinker with my settings. So yeah, do take care and have a lovely week, everybody. All right, going to say bye-bye, Andy?
Bye-bye, Andy.
Bye for now.